Hey, you guys. Ella's a little cranky because he can't go outside and play with his friends. But anyways, all right. I really and truly needed to make a video like this. Again, I have plenty of them in the past, but this is going to be your coronavirus meal planning video. I don't even know what to call it. But anyway, so I have been really just kind of playing with my nutrition a lot lately. I started doing the portion fix in 2014, rocked my world, worked so well. And then as I got older, I thought, well, maybe I need to change some things up. Maybe I do need to do some higher fat, lower carbs, and I do that. But I still always go back to the fact that the portion fix works for me. And so I know that I talk about this in your prep week emails that you get from me, but I really cannot stress enough how important it is to pick a nutrition plan, to stick with it longer than just a week or 2 weeks or even a month, but to really find something that works for you and stick with it long enough that you actually start to see results, because we can all choose a workout program. Beachbody On Demand is amazing. It has so many good workout programs, and I know you're all doing something you love, maybe throwing in some walking or running in there. That's what I do. I love the workout programs. I'm a believer in starting one and finishing one and following it, but also with the workout programs, they all come with a nutrition plan, you guys. And so I am going to share my screen really quickly and just make sure that you all know where that is, where to find that. I'm trying to find a thing here so I can show you. But if you go to Beachbody On Demand, then you let's hold on, just gonna take a minute. You go to your workout program. So for example, I am doing 80-day obsession right now. But I'm going to use 10 rounds as an example, all right? Because that's one that I'm going to do next. So if you click on your workout program, under program materials, you actually have a nutrition tab, all right? And there is the Beachbody Guide to Nutrition. You can open it up and it walks you through what the portion fix is. There's also To Be Mindset if you want to do something like that. But this tells you exactly everything about the nutrition plan. Sorry, I'm scrolling through it. You can print it if you want. It tells you your calorie bracket based on whether or not you want to lose weight, whether or not you want to gain muscle, maintain weight, that type of thing. So for me, I do need to lose a few pounds. So I am, I'm definitely less than 168, and I am intermediate to advanced. So I need at least 1,500 calories a day. What does that mean? So there's recipes and everything in this, so you can go through that, but I encourage you to print it off. But what I would do is I would actually, for me, I love to use the 21 Day Fix Nutrition app, and I'm going to share with you guys that as well, share my phone with you. So what I do, here's my phone, and these are like my nutrition apps. I have a carb manager. I have measured macros before. I don't do that a lot. Beachbody has a nutrition app, which if you have Beachbody On Demand, you should have access to this. So it will actually, this is a really great app to use. You can track your Shakeology every day. You can track your water and your weight, but you can also choose, am I going to follow the portion fix plan or the To Be Mindset plan? I could change that here if I wanted to, meal tracking, containers, or To Be Mindset. I am very much a container person, but I can also, if I want to edit, like if I want more veggies, my nutrition plan portion fix says I get 2 fruits a day, but I never eat 2 fruits a day. It says I get 2 carbs, and I never eat 2 carbs a day. So I do lower carb and higher fat. So I have mine set to the way that I want it. But whenever I eat a meal, I can go in here and I can write down what I had if I want to. I usually don't write down what I had, honestly, but I can. That's supposed to say avocado, but anyways, you get the idea. So I can say, like my Shakeology was a protein. It was I put an avocado in it, so that's a healthy fat. I put a teaspoon of almond butter in it. Sometimes I put spinach in it. So there. So I logged my meal and it tells me how many containers I have left for the day. All right. So this is a really easy way to track what you're eating. If you're not tracking what you're eating, you're probably not getting the results that you want. I can almost guarantee it. You're probably snacking on kids' Cheerios or Goldfish, or maybe you're grabbing a couple of things of cheese out of the refrigerator and you're not keeping up with it, and it's not getting you to where you want to be. So tracking is essential, you guys, and technology makes this so easy. Also in the nutrition app, if you want to know what actually goes in your containers, you can actually click on that and it tells you what to put into your containers. There is no loss of foods to eat. Don't tell me you're a picky eater. Don't tell me you don't have anything to eat. I know that we are going through this coronavirus time and the stores may be a little bit empty, but buy some frozen vegetables, buy some frozen fruits and stick them in the freezer, and you can use that. And it may not be perfect right now, and that is totally okay. Honestly, it's never going to be perfect, but this is a resource that you paid for. So use it. All right. And so also too, another thing I want to point out on these container lists, the foods that are at the top of the list. So you see raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries. At the top of the green list is kale, watercress, collard greens. Those foods at the top of the list are going to be the most nutrient dense and the healthiest for you. So the blue container healthy fats, avocado is best, then nuts, and so on. And that even yellow, if you go on down the yellow list, you can have things like rice cakes and waffles and pancakes and cereal, but they don't really have a lot of nutritional value. And on those things that you can't fit into a container, it tells you how much to eat. So one slice of bread is a yellow container. But definitely try to stick to the foods at the top of the list if you can. All right. And then, so let me see right here. I think that it tallies your containers for you. So you put in your starting weight, tell them what your goal weight is, and it will tally up your containers for you. The other option, if you can't find the nutrition app, which you should be able to, it may not be on Android right now, but I'm not sure. The 21 Day Fix app is a free app, and it does the same thing. It takes you through the introduction. It tallies your weight. Are you here to lose weight, maintain, or gain muscle? And it will give you a tracker. So this was originally used for the 21 Day Fix. So it takes you through 21 days and starts over. But it doesn't matter what program you're doing. If you're tracking your containers, you can do it through this app as well. Same thing. All right. All right, so that is that. I definitely can't encourage you enough to track. Another little tip, a fun tip, is that I have these things. They're jelly bracelets. Do you remember jelly bracelets from high school or whatever? Walmart has them, and you have to buy a couple of packs of them because they don't have enough. But whenever I get really focused or I really get distracted, like I am right now, and maybe I don't want to be on my phone all day. Maybe I don't want to be on there tracking my nutrition, although I love doing that. I have these jelly bands, bracelets, and they represent my food. The pink had to represent red today because I didn't have enough red. But so for breakfast, I had a Kodiak waffle, and I had a piece of bacon, and the Kodiak waffle has a ton of protein. So I used a yellow and a red. Okay. So at lunch, I'm going to have my Shakeology, which is going to be another red. I'm going to put some spinach in it. That's a green. I'm going to put an avocado in it, half an avocado in it, and a teaspoon of almond butter. So I'll just switch my bracelets over so I can look down and throughout the day know what I have left to eat, right? Okay, so that is really helpful. Guys, intentionality and being focused and having your mindset on what you're doing and the choices you're making goes so far, even now when life is insane and crazy. Control the controllable, right? Make out a list of what foods you have in the house and make your meal plan based off of that, all right? So the next thing that I want to show you is this resource I'm going to share with you guys. I'm going to email it to everybody, and I will put it in the comments below. But this is an active Excel spreadsheet that actually tallies your, like I had started making a meal plan for next week because honestly, I have to get focused. Kids are home, Matt's home a lot of days. And so like I could just find myself eating whatever and not being intentional about what I'm cooking and putting into my mouth. So I sat down, thought about, you know, like what foods I have in the house. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to the grocery store again next week, but I do have a lot of food here and in the freezer. And so I made a meal plan based off of what I have. All right. I always start, where am I going to drink my Shakeology? Am I going to have it for breakfast, a snack, or lunch, or whatever? I plug that in. That's so easy to plan for. Shakeology counts as one red protein container, and whatever I add to it, I deduct it from my container list. All right. So I plug that in first. Then I know that I have some chicken sausages that I need to cook. We have some sweet potatoes in there, and then I start to plan my dinners. My dinners can always become leftovers, so I plug those in next and get that out of the way. And honestly, as moms, isn't that the thing we struggle with most? What am I going to make for dinner? And if I have that done, even if I just stopped there, if I had my Shakeology plugged in, I knew when I was going to drink that, how many containers it was going to be, and then I had my dinners planned, then I have a lot done for the week, right? So I plan to have some dinners for leftovers. I'm going to make that sausage and veggie frittata. It makes great leftovers, and I don't mind to eat that for a few days. And so that's where I started. And you can see this, like every time I plugged in a meal, I just deducted the containers. So I know that if I have beef chili over cauliflower rice and some cheese, the beef chili has some beans in it, which counts as a yellow. So I just took half a yellow from that. The beef would be one red container. Honestly, I should probably count like a half of a fruit because the tomato sauce can sometimes be a little bit carby. And then cheese is one blue container, and I would use olive oil for the cooking. So I would put that as one spoonful. All right. And so like just, and I have a template for you guys to use as well. And so I'll show you, like if I put in my Shakeology, then I would count that as one red, and it will deduct it down here from my total for the day. All right. And I have in here what my totals are for my daily allotment. All right. I get 3 greens, 1 purple, 4 reds, 1 yellow, 2 blues, 1 orange, and 3 spoons. Okay. So every time I put something in, if I put in beef, chili, and cheese, cauliflower rice, right? I'm going to put 1 for the rice, 1 for the beef, half for the beans and the chili, 1 for the cheese, and 1 for the olive oil or anything I use in my cooking. And so I look down here and what do I have remaining? It shows me there. All right. And so you might be like, Rachel, that's too much work. Just do it for me. There is actually a sample meal plan in there. I have lots of sample meal plans on my blog, but I want you to do this for yourself. My job is not just to give you a meal plan every week, which I do. I email you some great recipes and stuff every week, and you can plug those in as you want to. But my job is to teach you how to make this a lifestyle change, right? And if you are not learning how to meal plan for yourself and your family, then you're not going to stick with it. And it is hard at first. It is overwhelming at first, but start with one thing. You know what your Shakeology is. You know what you love to put in that. So plug that in. The next thing, the best thing I would say to do is to figure out your dinners. And if you just do those 2 things for next week, you are well on your way to figuring this out. And then maybe the next week you add in lunches or snacks or something like that. But you take it one day at a time and don't give up whenever you fall off the wagon or it gets hard or whatever. Pray through it, sister. Pray through it. Your body is a temple. It is valuable. It was created with worth and purpose. And what you do with it, what you put into it, is a reflection of whether or not you truly believe that. And I am telling you that with all the love in my heart. So that is how I meal plan. That is what I'm doing for next week. I'm going to share my meal plan below. I will share that Google sheet below so you can make your own. Just make a copy of it. Let me show you how to do that. Make a copy of it. So this says copy of Rachel's spreadsheet. Go up here to file, and you're going to go to make a copy of it. And right here, you would just rename it. Okay. So rename it Sally's. whatever your name is, and just make a copy of it, and you can always go back to that. All right. So those are my tips. The containers are on Beachbody's website. If you need some, please order some. I would definitely order them from Beachbody. I can give you a link for that below as well. Jelly bracelets, Walmart. You may not be going to Walmart right now, so you might want to wait until later to implement that, but it's a really cool way, and you'll get lots of funny questions. What are you wearing those for? But anyway, so that's my tips. I am encouraging you guys to do this for yourself. Drop your meal plan below, and let's go, go, go. Coronavirus ain't got nothing on us. We're going to fight through, right? Okay.